Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled by it, right? So let's talk about West, W-E-S-T, Watson, right? This guy right here, he's predictable. It's crazy, right? Wes Watson, I don't really like talking much about this guy anymore because he gets all fucking high fat, right? You know what a hoss is? It's a fucking pig on steroids that don't fly straight. Wes Watson definitely is influenced by what everybody around him and what all you are thinking, what I'm saying. It's crazy how you can let other people dictate your program. Switch your whole style up. You know, Wes Watson, remember when he used to sit with pigeon shit on his bald head at the fucking park on the bench? Remember with his beanie in the back of his head, like Adabisi from the show Oz? And then all of a sudden, he got a little bit of money, got a little bit of fame. He switched it all up. Now he has big gold chains, big diamond chains, Lamborghinis, tore up pirujas, chicks with big duck lips. Like, I guess that's what money did to him or for him. Me, I throw a Seattle Mariners hat on and be like, fuck it, right? Just the style will never switch up. It is what it is, and I am who I am. But this individual, Wes Watson, lets everything everyone says about him get to him. You got to have thick skin. For someone who's been on level 4 yards, allegedly, in the California prison system, allegedly, did time in Oklahoma, did time in Arizona, was all over the world doing time, you know, big time weed dealer, big time fucking manipulator, big wood brother, all that. He sure is influenced by a bunch of strange men and strange women on YouTube. And I use the word strange loosely, right? Doesn't mean that we do strange activities. It just means we're strangers to him. You know, when that guy had a mole on his arm, people started going in on him. People like John Bravo, like Dubs, like Mud Pit, like Bubba. Shout out to the Bubba Army. I'm part of it, right? I like to think I'm a general, but I haven't got that distinction yet. Anyways, when people went in on him, what happened? One day, mysteriously, that motherfucker was whacked off, right? So that goes to show me and everyone else that anything you say about Wes Watson, he's watching it and it gets to him. Wee Watson, right? Little weenie Watson. So if you guys recall, there was some stories going around the internet a while back that he was caught with the little eeny, teeny, weeny, short, right? The wee. Hey, man, God blesses who he's going to bless. Sometimes you got a snake. Sometimes you got the earthquake. Sometimes you got a roach. And in this instance, people were floating around YouTube, specifically men, which kind of boggled my mind, saying that he had the little wee. Now, if he does or doesn't, it's not any of our concerns. Hey, look, that's on him, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been around some people of the Asian persuasion that were up short, right? I remember one time, I'm gonna tell you guys a quick little story before we get to Wes Watson and what he's up to, right? There was this chick. I used to work at this spot, right? There was this chick. She was a Puerto Rican chick, bad to the bone too, until I smelt her, right? And I remember she was her first day at work. And there was this brother named Bam Bam that I worked with, big old black dude, right? He had the IROC Z sitting on 20s, right? That she used to scrape when too many people were in the car. Like, it was dope. But that was my boy that I used to run around with, man, to go. We were salesmen. We were selling shit. And so I used to always roll with Bam Bam because we could identify with each other. He was from California. He was from 60s, right? He was from 60s. And he was cool. And then, you know, that was just someone I could identify with. And so this chick walks in, big booty Judy, right? And I see her and I'm like, ooh, I happen to be there early because I was one of those, the early bird catches the worm type motherfuckers, right? So as I'm sitting there with my boss, we're chopping it up, having a little coffee or a donut and shit. She walks in and even my boss was like, damn, I can't believe I hired that. She wasn't wearing that when I hired her. Shit, you're hired again, right? So I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. We're looking at my boss. He's shaking his head because he already knows I'm in. And so I start getting at her, hey, it's your first day. Ooh. She was like, yeah, I went through orientation. I said, I didn't even see you at orientation. I happened not to be there that day, right? I was like, why don't you go ahead and ride with me and the homie Bam Bam? She's like, who's Bam Bam? I said, you'll see. He'll be late. He's always like, what's up with brothers always late and shit? Motherfucker, there's a big booty right there. Get there on time, and maybe you can get it first before I do. Anyways, right? Here comes Bam Bam. He comes in, man. He's like, hey, boss, right when he walks in, is it all right if I go wash my shit? I'm going to get my shit detailed out at lunch. This motherfucker hasn't even started work yet or punched in. He's already talking about lunch and what he's going to do on lunch. Can I get the extra half hour, you know what I'm saying, based on my shit, man? My rims, it's Friday. I'm trying to really get it. He sees her, and he's like, wowzers, right? I said, well, hold up. Let me get at you, Bam Bam. I pull him to the side. I'm like, you see that shit? He was like, I said, she's riding with us today, bro. Psh, you already know. He's like, double up? I said, double up, bro. He's like, all right, cool. So she ends up riding with us, right? Bam, we're scraping in the eye rock. Her booty is just too much weight. We get to this car wash place. Bam, I pull her to the side. It wasn't even but about 5-10 minutes. We're already in the laundromat. There's a laundromat and a car wash. He takes his shit to the car wash to get it detailed, right? Straight to the laundromat. Come on, girl. Let's go, right? There's a bathroom in here. Click, click. The Asian dude's like, no, fuck you. They get it. Stop. Okay? Learn how to drive. I'm just saying that, man. Respects, but learn how to drive, motherfucker. You're parked crooked. So we walk into the bathroom, do my thing, right? Bam Bam gets up over there. He's like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take like an hour for them to detail my shit out. I said, she's down. She was like, oh, I'm down for everything. He was like, what? Boom. Does his thing. Comes out. He's like, he's flabbergasted. That motherfucker's out of breath. Have you ever seen a brother out of breath? They breathe like this. Oh, crap. Right? So he's like, Kiwe. Right? So I'm like, hey, Gigi DJ, now we mojana neji masaku asante kitu. You understand that? No. It's blacktop, right? Look, bro. We're going to make some money. This chick is down. Let's take her to all the homeboys, man, and we can try to con them into some money. So we're taking her all around. Fuck work, right? What's our boss going to do? He's an ex-convict. He ain't going to do shit, but be like, oh, man, you guys did me dirty like that? Motherfucker, we sold one thing. You know what I'm saying? We're in there trying to sell pussy. Stop. So we end up at this place. Anyways, we end up at this Asian dude named Kangaroo's house. Partner of ours. Used to work with us. He got fired, right? We end up at his pad, and we tell him, hey, this chick is down for everything. Bam. She goes with him, comes out and was like, man, I couldn't do nothing with him. I was like, what do you mean? That's the homeboy. She was like, I feel bad. I said, what? She said, his shit was this big. It just wouldn't penetrate. I was like, oh, no, right? So that led me to believe that his blessings were not in abundance. Cool. Shit happens. No, but you're still the homie. So what are you, little wee man? You're still the homie. You're even more so the homie, because anytime I take you around a chick, you can't do nothing for him. So you're going to need me to participate so that way you can win. The winner is, right? So fast forward to Wes Watson. He was known on the internet by a whole bunch of men to have a little ting. I don't know who is little tink who put the first story out there, but that was the story floating around. Now, some of Wes's exes have been interviewed by people who said no. Okay, that's not the case, man. And I'm not here to discuss whether or not his shit is up to par or subpar. Doesn't matter to me. But it does to Wes Watson, because guess what Wes Watson has done? Just like when people were talking about the mole on his arm and he had it cut off. Just like when people were talking about his quacked ass tattoo on his head and then he had other shit added so it didn't look like the wave. Anything that anyone says about Wes Watson, he has to transform himself. He doesn't want no one to say nothing bad about him. So, I mean, he's flawless in his eyes, but everyone is full of flaws. So I got half eyebrows, bro. And I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to go get shit painted on. It doesn't matter. My beard's scraggly and it's going to stay scraggly. Okay. That's just how that works. But Wes Watson did the ultimate now. Right. And I'm going to tell you guys the kicker that really trips me out about the whole situation. Wes Watson has decided to create an OnlyFans. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. There's money in that shit from what I hear. There's money in them there hills, right? Now, you would think when a man does it, it's for financial gain, and so that whatever orientation he's into, we can't call Wes at this point, but I'm sure he likes women, right? They can make some money off the opposite sex, right? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Women like to see a motherfucker with a shirt off. Men like to see chicks with chanclas. It just is what it is. That chick Bad Baby, when she turned 18, she created a one and she made $1 million overnight. So Wes Watson has decided to create one, but not for the monetary gain. Not so he could show off whatever he wants to show off to a woman, but he made it so a bunch of those strange men and a bunch of the men that accused him of having a tink, right, can go onto that page and actually see it in real life. So he could prove for once and for all to a bunch of men, because not one woman said that. See, when they asked his exes, when they interviewed him, they said, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of man does that. They did the same thing about me. How big is your shit? Oh, it's long and skinny, right? It's long, though, right? Circumference really matters. But at this point, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're getting to the throat from the bottom, then you're good. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to Wes Watson, he doesn't want to prove it to women, because there was not one single woman that said anything bad about his package. It was all men just clowning, having a good time, taking a jab at him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know how you do it, the homeboys, man? You guys clown a little bit, cap a little bit. We called it capping back in the days. You'd be like, hey, fool, why you're all droopy and shit? Why you're all droopy and shit? Why every time fucking you're with the chick, you come out, bro, you're like this? You know what I mean? You're just clowning. But motherfuckers clowned Wes so much that he has created an OnlyFans just so he could have all those men that talk shit go in there so he could prove it to them. What kind of shit is that? What type of weirdness is that? Like, okay, I understand you got a little bit of a mole, man. It makes you self-conscious. Okay, you got to let it go. I get it. You know, so you've always wanted to do that your whole life. You got a little bit of money now. You know what I'm saying? You got little moles on your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You want to get them motherfuckers iced off. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Your spine is curved. You know what I'm saying? You want to go get the ring digger. I get it. You know, there's certain things that, hey, if you want to take care of your physical self, your physical well-being, you know, if your shit's droopy, if you got underarm droop like fucking chitorranas, then I get a nip and tuck it. Like, fuck it. I get all this. But when you got a person like Wes Watson, and you got a whole bunch of people on the internet just clowning, all men, like, hey, bro, this dude got the little, we hear he's the little tink guy. You know what I'm saying? He represents the lollipop kids, right? When everyone's just clowning, what does this motherfucker do? This guy is facing a trial for an assault case that's possibly going to put him away for a very long time. This guy's going through some domestic issues with his old lady, and oh, is she exposing him? Oh, how it hurts, right? We already know he's a stalker, not the Night Stalker, but he's on his Richard Ramirez shit. He's stalking 1,000 fucking text messages and phone calls in less than an hour. Wes, damn, your phone bill is going to be astronomical, right? We already know, man, that this guy's so full of himself that even his own friends are turning on him. You know, ain't no strength cartel now. Ain't nobody want to fuck with him anymore. You know, everyone left him high and dry. His money is going away. Everything's going away, man. And the hate keeps coming, right? And it's not like real hate, like people hate on him. They're just having a good time. But this motherfucker had to literally, are we in a red room? Why does it keep turning red? We're in the red room, huh? This shit, he literally had to turn to OnlyFans so that way he can prove himself to all you men out there that clowned him. My advice is, if you want to go look, that's on you. I'm going to go ahead and take your word for it. Okay? I don't care either way. Size never mattered, especially not to me, right? I don't care. So at the end of the day, you know, that's just how self-conscious and how much of an idiot Wes Watson is. He's one of those guys, we call them torpedoes, pump-up cases. You know what I'm saying? If you tell him something enough, he'll do it. He's that stupid. He's trying to prove something to himself. He's got like bad, very, very, very bad, what's that called? He feels very bad about, he's self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? He's got very bad awareness. He's got very bad everything. You know what I'm saying? So he went and started, just for all these guys that said it, and OnlyFans, so he could prove to you. Because there ain't no women trying to go on there. They ain't tripping off that shit. He's just another bald motherfucker with tattoos. But according to Wes, I'll fucking prove it to you, brother. Right? No, you're not gonna prove shit to me, bro. I'm unprovable. I don't approve. Okay? I don't care what you're working with, how you're working with it. You know what I'm saying? According to Angie, his ex, I'm gonna slide into her DMs later on today, man, just because, right? I know he doesn't like that, so fuck it. Why not? Right? And according to John Bravo, right? Beats a shit, who put it out there, Wes Watson, you know what I'm saying, has now started an OnlyFans so that he can prove to everybody just what he's twerking with, right? Look, we've already heard enough stories about his asshole to envision that. So is he going to turn around and show the circumference and the diameter of that too? See, I told you I could hoop a mailbox, right? Is that going to come with the OnlyFans package? Like, do you get a package there? For 5 minutes, you get a personal phone call with Wes breathing hard on the phone, Then you get to see his manhood. Then he'll bend over and turn around and show you the circumference. You know what I'm saying? He'll show you that the earth is not flat. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to prove. But the odd thing of the whole situation is he's trying to prove it to a whole bunch of men. So since it's Friday, I got to say, please, for the love of God, don't go over to Wes's page, man, and take a peek or a gander, because then that would make you just as susceptible to criticism as Wes. The guy just got to prove himself, man. And you know, for someone who was a shot caller and a gangster and beat people up on the yard, beat his own people up and fucking punked everyone, man. Damn. You want to make an OnlyFans just so you can show everybody your wee-wee? Nah, that ain't cool. Something about that don't ring right with me. Anyways, just wanted to put it out there, man. Hopefully Wes Watson, you know, whatever he's going through, you know, he's able to deal with. It resonates that, look, bro, you fucked up. You're probably going to prison. You're not going to have too much money. Imagine this. Wes Watson, bird shit on his head, sitting on a park bench in San Diego somewhere, right? Came up, and I can explain to you guys how he came up. See, you start thinking about it, like, how did Wes really get his money? Think about it. Look, there's a lot of YouTubers, myself, been doing this longer than Wes, right? A lot of YouTubers that never achieve or get that type of money. How the fuck did this guy get money? He didn't bamboozle everyone. Like, what happened was this. One of these sponsors reached out to him with a game plan, with a master plan. Like, bro, I'm going to help create a monster. I'm going to help you. And that's what happened, man. Someone just helped him out, and he just blew up off that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, right? But with that comes a lot of criticism, comes a lot of people exposing you. It happens all the time, man. Make sure you guys tap into the collective clips, because I got exposed, and I'm gonna explain it too over there, man. After this, so make sure you guys tap in later. I got so much content today, man. We still haven't even got to Jake and Rebecca fucking Fridays, right? That's gonna happen too. But anyway, so as far as going back for Wes, that's how he got his money. I don't care how he got his money. I don't care how big his tink is. And I don't care if Angie leaves him or loves him. I don't care if she's fucking with Dumbbell Rob at this moment or not. At the end of the day, Wes Watson needs to be looking out for himself, because he's probably going to go to prison. He's probably going to be broke. And there's going to be a whole bunch of 7-foot black men in there that don't care about the tink, especially not yours. With that being said, I hope you guys don't go subscribe to the OF. If you do, don't talk about it, bro. That fool's crazy. I'm gonna start OnlyFans so I can prove to all you men exactly how big my shit is. Well, hold up. To what degree of proving? What did you say? Is that before or after you were calling shots on the level 4 yard? I don't know. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's gonna be the head that wears the crown. I'm gonna continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the betterment of all men, except for Tink. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna better himself by showing everybody himself. That's weird. Meanwhile, he's over there arguing with his old lady, but showing men his thang. I don't think she's going to take you back, Wes. Son tells me she ain't going to take you back. This video right here, in all its entirety, right, is sponsored by Vodka Liquors out there in Turlock, California, man. If you're ever in the area, stop in.